Hello, 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 hello. Thank y'all for tuning in to another Live from the Corner. We still on this division. We haven't got it kicked off yet. Guess we gotta try.
Not yet.
A little
Not
harder.
yet.
You know, but this is Breezy Taylor along with my man, my mellow, my co-pilot. Hey, y'all, what's up, man?
Ain't nothing much, bro. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good right now. You know what I'm saying? This is a landmark show, I should say. This is our first time while on Listen Vision. We're having guests. Not just not just any guests, but a dope clothing line out of the DMV, DMV area.
It's beautiful.
Like you do. Shout out our Baltimore, Flawless Culture.
And DC, it's a collaboration.
Yeah, DMV. So they're gonna be on here with us, talking about what they got going on. And actually, we're gonna have some models to model in the clothes. So, let them know that it's for real. Like I said, we feeling good. This is our first time having a guest on Listen Vision. But until we get to the interviews and everything, we're gonna do it how we do. So we go ahead and jump right into it. You can find me as Breezy Taylor on multiple social media accounts. Breazy Taylor. Hey, man, where people gonna find you at, man?
Well, of course, you can find me at Red Nose 199 on Twitter. I am Red Nose 1999 on IG. The Red Nose stands for the pit bull, not the damn clown. Right. You heard me.
All right, let's get into it. So for some reason, Dove has lost their damn minds. It's not so much as Dove lost their minds. It's whoever in their marketing department lost their damn minds. Whoever gives the green light to okay certain aspects, certain commercials lost their damn mind. For those that don't know, Dove soap, Dove company, aired a commercial recently that was reminiscent of early 1900s stereotypes, early 1900s racist tropes. And we're going to show you right now, and you'll see what I mean.
What
Right.
do you get from that?
So by Dove, I would be led to believe that inside every black woman, it's a redheaded white woman trying to get out.
That's the only damn thing.
No, I'm saying if I'm looking at Dove and by this, because what they're saying underneath everybody else is always another person. But just what happens is that in the 1900s. The prevalent thought was whiter is better. So of course, you would see cartoons of African Americans, blacks trying to literally wash their skin color white.
Okay, now I can dig the history behind it, but let's be honest with it. Okay, if everybody at home out there that saw the commercial just now that was just ran, okay, it showed actually it was a GIF. It wasn't even a commercial, and as a matter of fact, it
was going to be a commercial, but because of the controversy, it was pulled.
Okay, right. Well, we see that it was ran. Okay, and when you see it, it's a chocolate sister turned into a white woman into a Latino. Mm-hmm. So if you're really trying to wash your ass white, you wouldn't turn back brown again. You heard me?
Well,
is that the boo-boo stains in your drawers or something? What's that supposed to mean?
No, I agree. But like I said, if you look at the beginning, the optics, is because it looks bad. You know what I'm saying? So whoever was in this particular meeting that they say, okay, this is what we're going to do, obviously does not know anything about history or recent history. Because in China, I can't remember if it's China, I'm sorry, in Asia, I'm going to say Asia, I can't remember if it's China or Japan. They had a commercial a couple years ago where it was for dishwasher detergent, where you had this handyman who was a black man and this Asian woman. And, he comes on to her and she's like, come on. She leans for a kiss, then puts him into the washer, puts in this detergent, whatever, and out comes an Asian man.
Well, this ain't China.
I know not
this ain't China. We know how they are. They have a place called Nigger King over there.
I
you dig what I'm saying? So we know this ain't them. They do what they want.
It's the same thing though. It's the same thing. Like the black is less desirable in China or Asia. The Asia is more desirable because why would you transform a black man to Asian man? And here, again, like I said, whiter is better. I mean, if you go back to Uncle Tom books, Tom Sawyer's, there's historical accounts of mainstream America trying to portray blacks as wanting to be better than what they are by becoming another color because black is a sin or black is dirty, is bad. And so again, I can't really say for certain that Dove had that in mind. Because I'm pretty sure, just like anything else, they had, the best intentions. It's just they had no historians there. And again, who okayed this? And of course, just like anything else, there was an apology in which they said on their Facebook account, because no one does anything unless it's on social media these days. You know what I'm saying? And it says, Dove is committed to representing the beauty of diversity. In the image we posted this week, which was last week, we missed the mark in thoughtfully representing women of color, and we deeply regret the offense that it has caused.
First and foremost, what happened with the gift, okay? What happened when it was put out there, the only thing that we saw on social media was the sister turn into a white woman. But now as we see the footage that we showed, and Jacob, if you would like to run that back real quick, I just want to make sure that the people out there see that if you look at it right now, what did that's not what we saw. The only thing we saw was her turn into the redhead, not the redhead into the Latino. You dig what I'm saying?
And that's what I said. So, I don't think they had, I don't think they had bad intentions with this.
But how could you? Okay, so what's fueling your fire, and how can you even bring up like the days of old to where and people, people like China and places like that where they have done things literally to show that from dark to white is clean. But this is not saying this. This is not what that's saying. This is not saying anything like that.
Okay, but they could represent this any other way than this. You know what I'm saying? They could have had all shades of women of different colors lined up rather than this right here. Because, again, you are transforming one race into another race. So I get it that the last person is Hispanic, but if historically.
Latino.
Latinx, how about that?
Latina.
I think Latinx.
That means she might be of African descent too. We just don't know it yet. You dig what I'm saying? But either way, she went from redhead to brown again. You dig what I'm saying?
But like, if you look at historically, and I'm not saying that we're the only people in this country have suffered from racism, but how many stories or how many reports of cartoons or whites portraying other nationalities as being bad, and the only way they could be good is to be white.
Bro, I can 100% understand that. Now, if we're having that conversation, we're having a totally different conversation about that and the history of this and how in the past, we've been misrepresented and we've been, shown to be.
This is way beyond misrepresentation, though.
But this commercial right here is none of that. And if you ever looked at the history of Dove, and I'm gonna be dead honest with you, that if you looked at any of the commercials with Dove prior to, they represented women of plus size.
Right.
They represented women of multicolors, and they had them in bras and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And they showed them being together. You dig what I'm saying?
As a matter of fact, Jacob, can you enlarge that picture? Cause look at the picture beside it. All right.
Okay.
Beside the four.
Okay.
Okay. So you have the black woman.
Right.
The before. And then there's another one in the middle, and then in the after, is white women. This is after using their products
and all
being clean.
I'm gonna be dead serious about this. Okay, the sister over there on the left. You dig what I'm saying? She's almost fair skinned. You dig what I'm saying? She's almost my complexion.
Yeah, but she's still black.
You dig what I'm saying? So most of them are almost the same shade any damn way. Okay. Now maybe the subliminal, they got the the white girl over there by the after, but straight up, it's all three of them. Like, what's in the middle? The Latinos in the middle?
No,
do you feel like that's what they're trying to say?
You know just as well as I do that in America, if you have 2% black in you consider black. So it doesn't matter if you light skin, dark skin. The before using a product, and then after using a product that cleanses is white woman.
Listen. Even the lady the actual sister right there that's in that commercial, that controversial commercial, she even said, and she spoke, you know what I'm saying? She always has been told that you're so pretty for a dark-skinned girl. And she's a Nigerian woman born in London, raised in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And she's grew up very aware of society's opinion of dark-skinned women, especially women who would look better if their skin were lighter. But the thing is that she doesn't feel like she's a victim of this commercial.
Again, what I said earlier, I said it's the optics. It looks. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, hell is full of people that have best intentions. So I'm not saying that Dove did this intentionally. But even things can be done incorrectly while having the best of intentions. Speaking of the best of intentions, for some reason, Cam Newton just can't keep his ass out of the news. He had another flub recently. Just when he started reclaiming his blackness again, instead of reclaiming his time, he reclaimed his blackness. He basically gave out some misogynist, backhanded compliment to a woman sports reporter from the Charlotte Observer, and we'll go ahead and play that. And I'm explaining to why I say it's misogynist. I agree it is.
Playing well. Devin Funchess just seemed to really embrace the physicality of his routes and getting those extra yards. Does that give you a little bit of an enjoyment to see him kind of truck sticking people out there?
It's funny to hear a female talk about routes.
Has he been told you should never use the word female anymore?
Funny. But
They show all this to
come
you.
along, man. We're gonna. This is a big game for him because of him being from Detroit.
All right, so
and, I know he want this one.
when I said misogynist, you gave me this look like, bro, that ain't misogynist. So tell me what you gotta say before I go. What I gotta say.
And I told him and Benji today.
What do you want me to say, bro?
I know you gave me this look.
I know what you're thinking. You waiting for me to go crazy.
You gave me this look
But
like
I'm
you got
not.
something to say.
It's like, no, but look, listen, it's straight up down. It's straight up and straight down. Why would you even say he was being, he was using being misogynistic, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you?
No, I just said
that?
that he was misogynist. I said he used a misogynist term, and the reason why I said this is because I'm not sure if he knows this. There are 300 million documented people in America. Okay. Of 300 million documented people here in America, I'm pretty sure there are some women that know sports. I'm pretty sure there are some women sports fans. So for him to say, I'm surprised to hear women talk sports, come on, bro. She is a reporter. If you watch ESPN, there are sideline reporters, there are women reporters. So for him to say, I'm surprised to hear women talk sports, you must have watched ESPN. You must have watched CNN. Or clearly, you don't see who you're talking to.
All right, straight up and down. Everybody out there, the views are not of WLVS. All right, the things that we're saying.
No, that's just pretend right here.
Let me be straight up and straight down with this. How many times have you been to a get together and sports is on, and how many women actually know what a passing route is?
Dude, I can't tell you how many numbers, but it is possible. It's not unlikely. It really is unlikely. You know what I'm saying? Majority of the time, that may not be the case. But if I'm sitting talking to sport now, as you talking about, stats from like 1920.
Bruh, that's like me sitting up there talking to a female about Victoria's Secret bras, bruh. If I know the cup and how that joint fit, they're going to look at me and be like, that's funny hearing it from a man. You dig what I'm saying?
Okay.
There's no difference. It's no difference. It's the same thing. That's not being.
The difference is
that's not offensive.
She wouldn't have said that to you in front of a live audience. Like I said, 300 million documented people. I'm pretty sure at least 10 women in this country, and I'm being facetious, at least 10 women that know like sports and can talk to you about sports. Again, look at ESPN. Jamel Hill. Mm-hmm. Kerry Champion. Those are to name a few. That doesn't include all the sideline reporters. What's her name? Angela Josina with her messed up weaves. She knows sports.
Okay, she knows sports, right? She knows how to interview and ask the questions that everybody wants to hear. Okay,
yeah,
but that does not mean that she can sit up there and actually discuss routes and actually concerned about routes. They usually ask personal questions when they're on the field, and they ask them how they're going to act off the field.
Okay.
They never sit up there and talk about the actual game itself.
No.
And how they're running certain routes and passing and stuff like that. You got to stop that. You know damn well they don't do that.
You know what? Sideline reporters may not go in depth as much as Kerry Champion, who sits behind Sports Center, because that's what she does. She can talk about routes. So what I'm saying is, if I'm talking to a sideline reporter, it wouldn't be beyond me to think that this person probably knows routes, but because what they're supposed to be doing on the sidelines is about the first half, what's going to happen in the second half, I want to download that in their research of what is going on, they know routes. So again, if you're on ESPN or if you're being interviewed by a woman sports reporter, it should not be surprising that she knows routes.
Okay, all right.
Now, let's say she was the style reporter. You know what I'm saying? Let's say she was the fashionista reporter. That might be a little more surprising, and she could know sports. But if I'm in a setting and I'm being asked questions by a sports reporter of any sex, I'm not gonna be surprised.
You're not going to be surprised.
No, I mean that's like me coming to your job, right? Coming to your job. On your job, and someone that you may loosely know talking to you about your job. Well, hell, they're on your job. They should know what you're doing. Right.
My thing is, we got to get to you got to stick to the subject that most of the time when he's getting asked questions about passing routes and things like that, who is it by? Who is it from? Who's the majority of what sex and gender are the people that's asking him those questions?
Yeah, but
be real. No, be real. No, ain't no now.
No,
be real.
No, I'm asking
who is it that you normally hear?
I'm asking questions because that's not a fair comparison. Because like if you look at let's say the White House, every morning when they do their morning meetings. Do you know how many reporters in there? So when it comes time to ask questions, it's like 50 hands are raised. So I'm pretty sure there's been times where a woman reporter, sports reporter, may have asked that question before, but because everybody's hands raised, they might pick a man over her. And then that's a whole nother story. That doesn't mean that she didn't raise her hand to ask that question.
I dig that. I dig that. But even to you, okay? Say, you know, you've been in a job or a field that's predominantly male, that most of the questions, the bosses are male, you know, everything is basically, you know, male driven, alpha male type of environment, okay? You have a lady that comes in that finally asked a pertinent question, something that actually catches you off guard. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, this dude does take hits to the head, okay? He is a football player, okay? Everybody out there in the world, he is a football player, okay? So maybe he wasn't supposed to say that out loud.
He wasn't. Again.
But calling her a female was very respectful. I think that he addressed it. He didn't call her out of her name. He didn't say, I'm disappointed. Who are you to ask me this? He said, I think it's funny because you know about her route.
Let me say so. So
what's wrong with that?
I was on a podcast before our last show where I was in the minority. Most of the time, there was two women and myself, or a woman and a gay man and myself. So I was told the intricacies of the word female. I was told that female is like possessions.
Then why do they have it on questionnaires?
Again, I'm not saying.
Why do they have it?
I'm not saying they can't be saying, but it's one of those things now where you know, female is not the favorite word to be used. Because it's like possessive. It's like a dog or that thing. It's like possessive. It's kind of diminishing the woman and making her possession. Now,
really?
Now.
Did they ask you about thongs and stuff? The two females, did they actually take you out of your scope and ask you about how to try on like underwear and stuff like that? Did they ever ask you that?
What they got to do with the word?
Would you feel uncomfortable if they did that? Would you feel like less than a man? Would you think that they were trying to attack you if they asked you about, you know what I'm saying, how to put on the thong properly, bro?
They wouldn't ask me that.
Oh,
because I wouldn't know how to put on.
But if you actually chimed in and said it, they would be like, "What?" They would sit back and be like, "What are you talking about?
How am I going to tell them how to put on the proper way of putting on?"
But if you do know, and you actually ask that question, they're gonna pause and be like, "Did this man just say that? Like, did he just come from left field with that?"
Bro, my expertise is in removing the thongs from women, not putting them on.
All right,
that's my expertise.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
But
I'm trying to get to the point that that's how you would feel. But that's how they would feel. They would be in such shock that if they asked you that, you would feel like you look around and be like, oh shit, what did I say wrong? I'm supposed to know how to use a thong or whatever, or take it off. At least I should know a woman's size, right? Right?
I mean, I could guess.
So if they look at you in shock and awe, would you be upset behind that reaction? You would more be like this. You would tighten your tie up and be like,
I'll be like, well, you know what? I've been asked. I've been asked. Like, I looked at one before. I say, you are a C cup. Like, how you know that? Well, hey, years of research. That's how I know.
That man will work there. That man will work there. Victoria's Secret part time, understudy.
but you know the person
selling Cheetos out his back pocket.
but you know the reporter that he said those words to. Kind of find out, because you know, whenever you say something to somebody and there's offense taken, they want to go and dig up the victims as well as the victors' past. So kind of find out,
right.
You know, the woman, you know, the woman, Jordan Rodriguez.
He messed up with a Latina too.
No, not Rodriguez. Rodriguez. There's no. Yeah, right. So come to find out, she has a checkered past. You know what I'm saying? And we have some of the tweets that she tweeted where she's talking about she was what's other tweets? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, all right, so you see this right here? He's the best racist jokes the whole drive home. Now this is her talking about her father, and she's laughing at his racist jokes. Right? My dad is being super racist as we pass through Navajo land. All right, and then she said something about when she uses bitch nigga, which when you use the term bitch nigga, you don't practice it a lot. You don't just jump out and say bitch nigga. You work your way up to bitch.
Oh, it's ingrained.
You know what I'm saying? It's
taught at home.
You crawl, then you walk, nigga. Then it's bitch nigga. You don't just jump out and say that. So she has a tweet, and we'll play that too when she uses bitch nigga.
Wow. That's crazy.
Or if you don't have, but fine. So she just jumped out there and said. So she should have been practicing in the mirror. You know what I'm saying, in front of homies.
And so this has never been brought up. The dirt has never been brought up since Cam Newton has brought said the word female
it came up
and
since.
funny in the same damn sentence.
Oh, it came up since because of course you know with anything, if anything is said, they want to go and check both parties' history, especially Twitter history. And of course, here it goes. Earth moves at 450 miles per hour. That's 10 times triller. And then she used trill, which is crazy. that NASCAR Dale Earnhart's a bitch nigga. She said that with conviction, with confidence, too. See, in all caps. Like, she knew she was saying that. She knew what she was saying and how to use the context.
Hey, I don't mind her calling Dale Earnhardt that, though, bro. Like, for real, straight up. That's really got David entertaining right there.
Let's show now that you cannot be a victim. You cannot be the perpetrator without somebody going to dig up your past. And, of course, Cam Newton, he made I think it was a half-ass apology, and we'll show that, too.
I wouldn't apologize for shit. But we got something after this about that. Okay?
Yeah, right.
We got something after that when the rabbit got the gun. You hear me?
Yeah, sorry.
After careful thought, I understand that my word choice was extremely degrading and disrespectful to women.
No, I'm so mad at that multicolored goatee you got. That's what I'm mad at.
And if you are a person who took offense to what I said, I sincerely apologize to you. I'm a man who tries
That's
to
apology.
be a positive role
Yeah,
model
that's it.
in my
That's
community
apology.
and tries to use my
Yeah, that's
platform
apology.
to inspire others.
He could just say, I'm sorry, I'm calling a female, leave it at
And
that.
I take ownership to
All right, that's enough of that.
everything that comes with that.
That's his apology. Now, Mario, why is it dude that's like he about to go to the to the Grand Prix or something?
It's not even the point. The thing is that that Bentley or that Holy Ghost that he got ain't got nothing to do with his apology. So they them showing him, looking like a black exploitation action figure, a live action figure.
Right.
Doesn't make him look any better in the public's eye.
Because when you apology, you don't have the Rolex. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the 38 carats, and like I said, you're not in the GT Ghosts when you're apologizing. But that's him. Moving on from that.
Speaking of NFL and yeah.
Well, so I'm not sure if what kind of experiences you all have had at McDonald's. Especially if you order to the drive-through. This particular McDonald's night manager in the BX. Shout out to the BX. Shout out to Bronx. Frank, if you out there watching, shout out to the BX. This night manager of a McDonald's in the BX was popped for selling cocaine along with meals.
This ain't the first time in Pennsylvania, though, bro. All my research has shown me that this is actually a popular tactic used in the Pittsburgh and Philadelphia area.
Now, I'm wondering, man. Look, I guess hand to hand is getting too hard. I guess out there grinding on the street corner too hard. And now you got to do it doing the drive-through at McDonald's.
You got to wash that laundry some way. You did. I don't even blame him. Look, I would have. Hey, I can't say I would, but
so I tell you what. I tell you what about this. Had me was. How the authorities described it. So authorities say Frank Guerrero made 8 sales of cocaine to an undercover officer in increasingly larger quantities amounting to nearly $10,900.
8 damn sales in a row?
Now, this is what got me right. During the last and largest transaction, Guerrero allegedly sold roughly 100 grams of cocaine and a quantity of crack cocaine to an undercover officer for $6,520. The rest was a result of a 3-month undercover investigation dubbed Operation Off the Menu.
I can see that shit
give
now.
Operation, give it a better name than Off the Menu.
I can see that shit now. So. Darling, here goes your Happy Meal. Daddy!
Now,
her nose is littered with white
running
special sauce on that stuff.
Now, I've heard of, people putting they mix CDs, they albums, in the bag. My man is selling the coca. I'm in love with the coke.
Gotta get it how you live. And funny, crazy that the password was so simple. Like, if you just ordered a Happy Meal and said a boy's toy, he would give it up. So I'm like, bro, that's too simple. Like, it needs to be a knock joke or something. You know what I'm saying? Like something discreet, something that'll give me a chance to just be like, all right, I'm thinking right now. All right, this might be him. This might not be.
Nah, you know what it was, right? They're like, yeah, let me get coffee and extra sugar. That's what they were saying.
No, that ain't what I heard. But I would like that. Hey, that's funny as shit.
Coffee and extra sugar, right? Wink, wink. Like, but first of all, I just want to know how the authorities get wind of it, because if someone takes it home and they see it, well, they all didn't sniff it, so they notified the police. So why did it take 3 months? I mean, the coke's right there. How much more do you need to get busted on?
Well, 9 times out of 10. Of course, he probably had mules there. You know what I'm saying? Runners that would do it for him. Evidently,
Nah,
you know
what
I'm saying?
happened was,
it might have been somebody occasionally, or he would turn them away. He might, they might not use the right, code and lingo, and he might have, just got through it. And they just need substantial evidence.
You know how he was doing it, right? It's because he's a night manager. This is just for the drive that's open 24 hours, not the store itself.
Right.
So the store be locked. He will unlock it, have people come in and get from him. So like, come on, if you try and be inconspicuous, you don't have people come in and out
don't remember
of a lot.
that, but good God Almighty, that
Of a
man
lot
was
McDonald's,
hot.
right?
Yeah, he was hotter than lava, bruh.
The block is out.
He would actually reopen the store.
Yeah, just to make some sales. I mean, look, man, get it how you get it. I'm not mad at that, man. But just keep your ass out.
Speaking of
keep your
cocaine.
ass out of my McDonald's, man. That's all I gotta say.
Speaking of cocaine,
Speaking of cocaine, you notice there's a theme here: sports and cocaine. All right, so this offensive. What makes me a little more upset about this particular story, besides the obvious, is an offensive line coach of Miami Dolphins was fired. Now, mind you, the Miami Dolphins have a sorry ass offensive line to begin with. That's not what got him fired. What got him fired was him in the facility sniffing 3 lines of cocaine. Right, and you figure, that's bad. I mean, yeah, you at your job, you sniffing cocaine, and then of course there's a stripper involved, because what else do white men do in cocaine? They use strippers, right? So his stripper mistress posted a picture that his dumb ass sent to her of him stoning these 3 lines of cocaine, professing his love to her, and then she posted it, and we got a clip of that right now.
Hey, man, miss you, thinking about you. How about me going to a meeting and doing this before I go?
I mean, that shit look like chalk.
Just big brain.
Big, hefty chunks of that shit.
I miss you a lot.
You know what? Let me tell you something. Yeah. And sent it to his girlfriend. But the first thing he said was, "Hey, baby, I'm missing you."
I think about you when I do it. I think about how much I miss you. How high we get together. How much fun.
Let me tell you something, right? All right, that's not. So let me tell you something. When I'm missing my girl, know what I do? I said, "Baby, I miss you." That's it. I might send a video of a song I like. I might send a smiley face. That's the extent of me professing my love.
So you
my
telling me,
woman.
you telling me that as much as you miss your girl, that cocaine and her would never cross your mind?
Never crossed my mind, bro.
It never crossed your
Never
mind?
crossed my mind.
It
But-
never crossed
Never crossed my mind. Again, if I'm professing my love to you, baby, I love you. Here's the song we're gonna play on our wedding day.
And
You know what
inject
I'm
the
saying?
needle and just-
Right. Baby, I love you.
I mean, hey,
Here's a poem I wrote. Not baby, I love you. Let me finish these lines first, though. You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here with that.
Plus,
man.
also, he was professing his love, and he said that he'd rather be doing this off her vagina. Or her
You know
pussy.
what? And that's fine. Just don't do it at your job's facilities. If that's how you do it in a hotel. Do it in Motel 6. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't say. Now, mind you, again, like I said, the Miami Dolphins O-line sucks as is, but you not take that.
That's
It's a
because
multi-million dollar, job, and then film it. Go to the bathroom. Go to your car, dude.
either way, he still filmed it.
I always still film at his job.
No matter where he was at, he still filmed himself like a
Yeah,
dummy.
but I mean,
You know what I'm saying? And he was inhaling cinder blocks out there. Something. Did you see the extra that
No.
came out? Pookie would love that, bro.
my man was.
Good God, Almighty, how much money is he getting paid? Because he just throwing it away. He was like,
now mind you, he was being paid $3 million. Like he was one of the highest paid, assistant coaches. But now he's not. Now he's one of the highest.
how was
paid
that possible when they
practice.
suck?
I mean, hey, that's how it is. Now, and then what makes this even more interesting is the reasoning behind his girlfriend posting it. It wasn't for money. She wasn't trying to blackmail, at least that we know of. She said, of course, after she posted it, she got a lot of flack, a lot of controversy. So she says, the white people mad at me like I forced blow down this man's nose and like I recorded it recorded it on the low. No, those are his habits, and he recorded himself and sent it to me for professing his love. So quit to make excuses for him, but we'll roast a minority player over an anthem. Dog fights, weed, domestic issues, etc. But y'all keep saying all lives matter. Shut the fuck up. So
That's the way to end it.
so she's woke.
Rick James like. You dig?
So she is
That was so Rick James-esque, bro.
so she is woke. She's a woke stripper trying to tell him, trying to tell us. I mean, a stripper could be woke. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just because you bust wide open, I mean, you can't be, have what's that?
How about it though? Listen. That was great.
No,
that
that
was
was great.
actually great because guess what? She was like, my brother's out here struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody talking bad about them, and guess what? I got these NFL coaches up here
Making $3 million.
up here making $3 million, and they want to spend the night with me, and they confessing they love blowing mountains up there, looking like Tony Montana out that jump. Man, he looked like Bugs Bunny out there. So look at his eyes, bro.
Right.
Them some big ass eyes,
Big
bro.
eyes.
He got no eyelids. It's like he rubbed this shit in his eyes and just like, yeah, I love you. You did.
Babe, I love you. I'm into the
Drop
line.
some of my earlobes.
He's like, man, let me,
that.
just to
God
show you how much I love you, I'm gonna sniff these lines, right?
Can you
That's
imagine
my
that
love
night?
is that deep. I'm sniffing lines for you.
Cold jackrabbit, bro. He is numb than a son of a bitch.
All right, so moving on from a funny sports story, now on to what I consider is a bad and a sad sports story. So Jemele Hill, my hero, I think it's safe to say that she's one of our favorite sports commentators, along with Shannon Sharp. It has suspended for 2 weeks from ESPN for some tweets that she sent out on Sunday. One was in response to Jerry Jones' comment about if any of my players takes the knee for the anthem, they will be finding themselves another job. And here are some tweets that she said. And then she says, if fans really are that upset about what JJ and Stephen Ross, some African-American players that took a knee during the whoever they were playing, have done, don't call a player sellouts, but you're watching it every Sunday. Because what she said basically was, by him saying that he's putting African American players in a hard position, that they would be labeled sellouts. Because of course, we're looking for them to take a knee, but we see them not kneeing or they sellouts, but they might lose their job, right? And then she says, just so we clear, I'm not advocating a NFL boycott, but an unfair burden has been put on players in Dallas and Miami with anthem directives. So what she's saying is the Cowboys already came out with a statement. And speaking of Miami Dolphins, came out with a statement saying they're going to make a rule where their players have to stand. And it's another tweet that she said, too, that I found pretty interesting as well.
This is crazy that this is in lieu of
Yeah,
the
that
fact
was
that
it.
Jerry Jones went out there and locked arms with the players.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
But remember, that was before the anthem was played. Not during the anthem.
You know,
That was
and
before the anthem was played.
you know what? And that shows you how much I've been paying attention to the NFL because I did not know that. I thought personally that it was actually during the anthem.
No, it was before. It was before the anthem. So he took the easy route, a straddle the fence. And so my thing is this. So she's suspended 2 weeks, from ESPN. And then she says, okay, if you strongly reject what Jerry Jones said, and the key is his advertisers, don't place the burden squarely on our players. Right. We're humans. Just because they make millions of dollars don't mean they don't feel for what's going on. Don't mean they can't advocate for something because they have a platform that the average person, does not have. And so all these people say, these rich crybaby millionaires need to shut up. Those are ones that need to be protested. So what she's saying is, why don't you go after the people that put money in his pockets? Why don't you go after the NFL's advertisers? And I think next week we'll probably have a list of those. So for those that are serious about the boycott.
I know a couple of them.
Yeah, so those that are serious about the boycott, you can
Bank
boycott.
of America, places
Right.
like that.
Dannon, speaking of
Dannon,
Dannon,
right,
so going back to Cam Newton, he was dropped from Dannon because of those comments. Now I'm not gonna say compare apples and oranges, but Dannon does is an advertiser to the NFL. Look who the NFL has on NFL payrolls. They have women abusers, they have drug abusers, they have murderers, and so you let go of a man that has said some misogynist comments, but yet you support an entity that clearly favors anybody that has athletic ability, even if it is a killer.
Still has nothing to do with the fact that she works for a damn company, okay? When you want to talk freely and you want to be on your own, that's the reason why everybody tries to preach that you need to learn how to get your own by yourself. Now, unfortunately, when you start naming, these high-profile companies that are in cahoots, they are still the same people that are in cahoots with ESPN. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that a lot of the people that she mentioned, a lot of the companies,
No, but
called
she
and was like,
mentioned
what the
names,
hell
though.
is wrong with you? And you need to suspend her now.
Yeah.
She's coming back later. I think she's coming
2
back
weeks. 2 weeks
in 2
suspension.
weeks, right?
2 weeks suspension.
So it's just a suspension. It's nothing major. It's a slap on the wrist, and it's trying to tell her, look, if you're gonna do this, you can't mention our sponsors.
you know what?
I'm pretty sure if she had kept to the book and not mentioned the sponsors, she flat out said who they were. You can't do that.
No, but she
You
said the
cannot
word,
do
but
that.
but she won't stop tweeting. I mean, she's still woke, whatever. Interestingly enough, when the day that her suspension was announced, her co-host of The Six on ESPN, Michael Smith, said, "I'm not doing the show." So he didn't do the show.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah. So we about to
Makes
go
sense.
into.
He doesn't want be
Right.
caught up. But
Yeah.
yeah.
We about to go to a quick break. After the break, we got our homies from Flawless Culture coming on. Talk about what they got going on and model some clothing for y'all. And we back in a couple minutes. All right, and we are back. As you can tell, we a little crowded up here on the stage, but that's all right because we have the great people from Flawless Culture.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Stand up.
Represent Baltimore in the DMV. And what we were saying, this is our inaugural show of having guests on Listen Vision. And so we're excited to have them on here, not just for the guests, but just so we can help each other out because, like I said before, the clothing is dope, and we definitely want to give a shout out to them. And I'm going to let them take it away, let them tell you all about Flawless Culture.
Why don't you give us your names and where you're from?
First of all, I'm Jason from
All right, Jason.
Baltimore, former No Stand Up. Got my partner here.
AJ, Montgomery County, PG County.
Alright,
Down,
okay.
Moco.
Go.
Moco and PG. All right.
So let me ask you a question. So Flawless Culture, which is our unique name, how did you all come up with that?
Well, it's been a thing that's been cooking since about 2001.
Mhm.
Right before going into college, we had our foot in the music door a little bit. But trying to be a trendsetter, I didn't want to step into everybody's shoes and join a fraternity. We started our own thing.
Okay.
And 10 years later, a lot of those connections are starting to build fruit.
All right.
So Flawless Culture is more or less that bonding, that lifestyle, that black royalty that was built in that 10
Like
years.
royalty, I like that.
That's
There we
amazing.
go. We
Yeah,
building
man.
things over here.
Networking at its finest,
Yeah,
man.
but it originally started as Flawless Camp.
Okay.
So Flawless
Gotcha.
Camp. So originally Flawless Camp. So everybody, Jason, like what he said, they was holding down for the last 10 years. We switched it over because it's a culture.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that black, white, Spanish, anybody who put on this coat can feel that culture for their culture and anybody. One unity, one love, one nation.
Dig it.
So that's the push that we always been trying to push for our Flawless Culture. So that's why we say anybody at any time can wear it. Anybody, anytime.
So with you being a black-owned business,
Right.
why did you want to go in that direction to make sure everybody was
Right.
covered?
Well,
You dig what I'm saying?
speaking for myself personally, found success with upper majors, and a lot of times you had a mentality, I want to manage for someone else. I want to work hard to be a DM for someone else. Well, after being successful for someone else for 10 years, I wanted to show other people, not just that look like me, that go through the same struggle, that you can own that company.
Right.
You don't have to look up and just buy clothes from them. Build the company, build the infrastructure, put your money where your mouth is. Let's do this.
It's interesting you said that because there's a lot of companies out here that get our money that don't know who we are
At all.
or care about us. But what you're saying, you represent the average person, and across cultures.
And we're going from small to 3X, 4XL. We want everybody in the same gear, same material, nothing different. You know how you go in the stores
Right.
and you see the small. So, prime example, somebody like him going to the store, you're like,
Can buy any
man,
damn
he got a
thing.
little- He going
I
in
hate
buy
your
anything.
ass.
They can find clothing everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. We walk in, we're like, woo, yeah, man, this shirt look nice.
It's a little tight though.
But they forget about us. They
Right.
surely forget about us.
Yes, indeed.
So
Yes,
why
indeed.
not give it for where everybody, anybody?
Dig that.
If you think that you can rock Flawless, rock that culture the way you're supposed to rock it. That's your culture. That's your
Right.
stand. You came from the bottom. You made it to the Flawless top.
Okay.
And now you're rocking your culture the best as your ability.
Now I feel you on the inspiration. I hear that in you.
I like that.
But let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Who specifically influenced your wanting to start this clothing line?
Personally, the last 10 years I've been spending some time as a jeweler and been working for so many majors. I'm not going to get them too much shine right now because we're building Flawless Culture.
It's about you. It's about you.
Oh, man.
But when you see those services you put out and people have faith in you because of you and not just the name behind you, just those times is really has pushed us. Shout out, I hate to say it, but Big Baller, shout out. That's a big deal, a big step. So I give people like that shout out too in terms of like inspiring us to not just follow, not just
risk
wanna
takers,
sign.
huh?
Right, you
Yeah.
got to step
Yeah.
off the ledge.
And on
Yeah.
top of that is plus size.
Gotcha.
The world got a plus size everywhere, anywhere. And you trying to push them down into make them feel depressed, make them feel like, oh, you got a Herdman trying to lose all this weight to fit into the nice clothes that's in the store.
True.
Why can I put you in something that's nice 24/7?
True.
So
I
that's
hate
how
it. I hate it when I
That's
go to
what I'm
like
saying.
certain stores. Man, I'm trying to fit in them little tight European.
Yeah, Joey.
My man right here ain't got no problem. No, he ain't got no problem with this shit.
Y'all don't know the
But I got
struggle.
a lot of problems with that, y'all. Okay, it's like putting on a body thong or something like that. It's like crazy.
Man, we got
man.
y'all
You
covered.
want to hold the talk or something?
We also, but we
Small
also,
as
Oh shit.
but hold on. We also want to let people know we also have a female line too as well.
Don't forget
We
about
have male, females. We're working on kids and everybody else. We
Dig that.
right now we have coats, We have tops, panties. We have shirts, dry fit shirts.
Leggings, ladies. We did not forget about the leggings.
We got the exercise stuff.
So will y'all be doing shoes eventually?
I want to push that.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. When you do shoes, look out for me. I want to start at 14. I can't buy shoes just anywhere.
I'm here.
I can't buy shoes anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
I'm hit. So we definitely want to show off the clothes to y'all so people know what's going on.
I'm gifted in that area right there. I can buy shoes any damn way. It's like, nah, 10 and a half. Hey, 10 and a half ain't everywhere, y'all. I'm up there with him. You can't find him nowhere.
Hey, man, go ahead, man. Say all that. Why you trying to burn everybody?
Hey, look. You can always buy them from Ronald McDonald, motherfucker. Hey, yeah.
You already know.
The myth is not a myth. I'll say that, though. All right. So anyways.
This dude he's crazy. Yeah, he's crazy, man.
So anyways, as far as culture, so something you've been doing for 10 years or so. So when you first started, like, what was your 5-year plan?
You know what? Honestly, the funny thing is having that vision, and a lot of times happened before the rest of the world was ready to catch up. So I would say the first 5 years was just really focusing on creating that culture, creating that code that you live by. So that was my initial plan in terms of like starting out, is really building that base, building people that live that lifestyle. Everybody doesn't have that family member with billions that can teach you how to fill out an application. So a lot of that first 5 years has really been building the team. Some of the people on the camera sometimes behind the scene. So that was literally it, like building a foundation. People like AJ here, that was a big part of the team, a big part of the push. Got to grow those things.
Sure.
Well, I see we have some clothing that you all want to display.
Definitely.
Got some ladies in the building.
Actually, I want to bring up Mrs. Messam up here.
Okay.
Got that flawless culture show.
Wifey.
So we got that purple and white queen line. That's the king and queen line. Got that royal purple, showing you how you floss that. Plus size, letting you know we got 3X4X. You think you can rock it small? We got you 24/7. You think you can rock it plus size? We got you 24/7. Don't be afraid to come mess with us. We're flawless culture. We're making sure that everybody fits in that culture.
We're gonna have the whole team outfitted.
That's great. Gotta represent for the full figured ladies.
Next up,
definitely,
we had a face of our ladies line that's going to be doing some of our athletic wear. Miss Alexis, step up to the building. We have our flawless training bras. We've been doing a lot of the fitness. We're just going to have initially some basic colors in so we can get that popping. So we're looking at flawless culture right now with our ladies' boy shorts. We're going to be coming out soon with our flawless culture leggings. So we have the beautiful Miss Alexis here.
All right.
What do y'all think, fellas? Hand of applause.
Hold on, and don't forget, everybody, those go up to 3XL. You
both
plus size females, get in it. Really? Show that love, plus size female.
Oh, man,
this is a culture. I want my plus size to step up and step in. If you gonna step out, step with flawless.
There we go.
It's a culture.
So basically, what you're saying is, no matter what size you are, there's no excuse why y'all not should be looking fly.
None excuse. What do you? No excuse for any culture, for anybody. Even the jacket. I don't know if Lexus showed the jacket real quick. Oh, actually, we have a shirt. We have the jacket real quick. It's the black and white female jacket. Okay, so that's the last one. That's on part of the female line. The black and white and the purple and white is part of the female line. So we'll have more colors coming shortly. The colors that you see me and Jason have is the men line. Black and gray, the blue and gray, and continue on and on. Also, we want to show you the dry fit shirt.
Right.
That Michaela Mess got on there. She about to go ahead and strut her stuff. Go ahead, girl.
We're going to keep you dry and keep you flawless.
Keep you flawless, see? Working a nice material, nice. I mean, I'm talking about soft.
Yeah. Soft.
Look at that.
I need
soft.
that now.
Even with the coats, ladies, all the coats are soft. Inside, men. I know y'all won't be tough, but the coats are soft.
Right.
They soft inside.
Hey, look, I'm in touch. You touch my feminine side.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm in touch.
But you know what? Jason said something that I found that I thought was profound. It reminded me of something that Richard Branson, the CEO of Virgin America, said. He said that people should not wait until they're ready to do something, because you'll never be ready.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you need $10 to get something, once you get $10, I need 15. And so what you said with your 5-year plan was, before the world was ready, you already had a vision, and that speaks volume, because not everybody might see it right away, but you do. And as long as you have one and you can get out there, people will catch on to that.
Most definitely. Most
you
definitely.
Be confident in yourself. I was listening to you brothers build, and I think about like the state that we're in this country, And a lot of it is built on that same mentality. Let's dig deeper. We were kings and queens before 1500. It's not just what they tell us.
Right.
So, I mean, dig
That's
deeper.
that's their story, right?
Right. Alternative facts, right?
Just let y'all know our release date.
Okay, what's the thing?
So I've been trying to get everybody
Let's go
tuned in.
ahead.
Everybody
We've been
trying
waiting.
to-
Bring the info,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, please
All
tell us, please,
right, let's go.
Yeah,
The release date,
Yeah.
Drum roll.
When is it, brother?
October 31st.
Get out
Oh,
of
We
here.
doing the
okay.
Halloween. We gonna bring it in scary
Oh,
for
my
you.
man.
Okay,
We doing the Halloween series.
My man, my man.
You know what I'm saying?
Aye.
You can follow us on Facebook at Flawless Culture, Instagram, Flawless Culture 12. You can email us at flawlessculture12@gmail.com, or me and Jason Page, or anybody. You can tag anybody who got Flawless. They gonna link to us.
So what are you gonna do for the unveiling?
Well, we're planning on, we're going to have a special plan for y'all. We got a photo shoot coming up, so we're going to debut
Okay.
some of the ladies of Flawless. And I've been thinking midnight. Publish
Midnight.
the site, flawlessculture.com. So we're going
Oh,
to have
the
a
website.
big,
Oh,
yeah, you got to be able to buy it.
Doing it way
you gotta
big,
be able to-
bruh.
Yeah, you got to be able to buy it.
We want to hit you with the whole
Nice.
thing at the same time. So
Yeah.
you can have that anticipation.
But now,
Midnight.
here's the bigger thing. You know, when you think about plus size, you think you got to pay more. From small,
Normally you do, yeah.
from small
Mm-hmm.
to 3X, 4X, all the same size. We treat it as a culture, same
Same
price.
price,
My
same
man,
price.
Same
my
price.
man.
Like
Culture.
that.
Ain't
Try-
discriminating.
try-
That
try-
makes
keep-
all the sense in the bloody world.
Trying to undercut the competition.
all the sense.
I
That's
get
what I'm
that.
saying.
I
You
get
might
that.
Got you.
one price.
Makes all the sense in the world.
I want you to the same way you see that smaller person in it. I want you to feel
We want to
comfortable in it
pay
the
the
same
same
price.
We ain't going to
Right.
hood when you get the same material in a large as you getting in a 3X. Same material, same quality.
Damn, that's
We
amazing,
in
bro.
it. We
That's
in it.
amazing.
Flawless.
How in the world did y'all come about, man? Moco, Baltimore.
Yeah,
How did
Baltimore.
that happen?
Yeah.
Explain to me.
Cause
Fight
I
broke out
know.
at a Ravens game.
Boy, it was Redskins versus Raven. Redskins versus Raven. You know.
I was gonna say because there's
So-
some tension between Baltimore and the
All right,
DC area. So
let me. So we go back
Right.
9 years
No, yeah.
We getting old. We
through
Yeah, yeah. And we all?
through one of our model Lexus
Okay.
family. I met with my man right here, Jason. We was doing that thing. We worked jewelry together too back in the day.
Dig.
Then we had a moment we kind of separated. We came back. It was like he had an idea. What did I forget, y'all?
Don't forget the women.
Oh,
Ladies,
boy.
ladies,
Don't forget
get
the
them.
ladies
Oh,
there.
man.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I might gotta pass her a mic.
Come on.
Man.
He done.
I was trying to skip.
Get up,
some-
Mike.
Let's do this the right way.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Me and Jason have been friends since about 2001.
Okay.
We met back right when he got out of college. We've been hanging out ever since. We got a bunch of friends in common. It's been a good thing. This young lady over here, who is this young man's wife, is my cousin, my first cousin, my blood cousin, and
Nice
he.
Keep it in the family.
The story behind the story.
And he decided to marry into our family the same way this one did. The same way this one did. We adopted them in, which now
That's a hell of a
okay.
strategy.
Hold on. Did you see how they do that?
All right,
You see how they do
all
that?
right. There you go.
Work.
But what
But
happened?
don't you understand better? Do
We
not-
turned them flawless.
Well, listen.
Oh,
Listen.
I would like
Now
to
watch this.
know.
Now watch this. We only got a couple seconds left, everybody. So make sure you say again how the people can reach you and where they can get
yeah.
back.
Give social media everything.
Or you want to tell them?
Social media, you can reach us at Facebook at Flawless Culture 12. You can email us at Flawless Culture 12. The 31st of this month, midnight, we will be launching the website, so you can tune in. Everything through Facebook and Instagram. We keeping everybody posted. We got 3 pages right now. No excuses.
And correction, Facebook is Flawless Culture. No 12 on the end of it. Just
Thank you.
Flawless Culture. Instagram, Flawless Culture 12. And our email, flawlessculture12@gmail.
All right.
Right, and that's the show, everybody.
We thank y'all for
All right.
coming on.
Thank
Yes,
you, brother.
indeed. Hey,
Thank
look,
you,
thanks a
bro.
lot.
Thank you.
You already
Thanks a
know.
lot, my man.
You already know.
Y'all be easy out there.
Thanks for tuning in to another week of Live from the Corner. We'll see you
Love
same
the
bad
building.
time, same bad channel next Tuesday. Yep.